Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at how to replace the AC unit. I got a facelift AC unit that I will try to replace mine with. So stay tuned, and if you like my videos, please feel free to like, share, subscribe and comment. I always want to hear what you have to say. So first thing you have to do is to take out this shifter trim piece. Usually it's easier to take it off completely, so you have to rotate the knob counterclockwise, and when it comes off, it also pulls this soft cover off, and they're all together. But if you pull on the bottom rear part of this trim piece upwards and a little bit backwards, it will all come out. Now I have a lot of buttons here and I don't want to take all those plugs out, so I'm just going to leave this here and put it in one of the gears that's backwards so that it goes all the way back, and take this side off. A few years ago I tried to do it with a screwdriver. You can do that with a screwdriver around here and pry, but usually you end up hurting this soft surface. So I bought one of these trim replacing kits. So this is made especially for trim interior, and it makes everything easier. You have to take 2 screws out on the bottom side. And after you've done that, you can pry. I think it's better to start on one side. Pries out from the side, and then when you come from the top, it comes out completely. See, it should be pretty easy, but mine has been taken out a few times now, so it might be that it got a bit looser and it's easier to come out. So yours might take a little bit of more finesse. If you take this whole component out, you will see that it doesn't come out completely. If you have manual AC, then you also have to unplug the wires going from the unit behind to those levers. You can take those off by going underneath the dash. You will see the wire and it just pops out. But for this one that's automatic, you have to unplug the plugs from behind. It's not that complicated. The hook is on the bottom side of the plug, so if you put your hand inside here from the bottom side, you should easily be able to access the hooks. Just press the hook and then pull on the wires. I don't usually like to pull on the wires, but in this instance you don't really have much grip. You can also help a little bit from above to push on the plug, and I usually like to wiggle the plug, and that way it comes out. Both came out. Now you've got a little bit more room, and you have to take off the hazards plug. So this is the hazard button. Be aware, I took this out once and then went for a drive, and I got really scared because my turn signals didn't work anymore, but that was because this button was unplugged. So if you have this button unplugged, you won't have any kind of turn signal at all. So be aware of this. I've got no idea why they made the system like this. When you take this button out, both turn signals stop working. So you have to have this button plugged in order to have turn signals. But if you have a BMW, no, just kidding. Okay, so now it just comes out, and you can see now the plugs with the hooks on the bottom side, and this plug has the hook on the driver's side in my case. This is the AC unit. As you can see, my whole assembly is painted, so I'm going to replace it with this, which is the facelift one. Right now I had it taken apart because I wanted to also paint this cover the same color as the rest of it. Also, one more thing, actually, I wanted to have red buttons as I have in the rest of the car, and I had to paint these like that red. They are usually orange and the light is orange, but I wanted it to be red, so I just painted the tip so that the light comes red. And you just have to insert this little thing in the hole where it goes through, and then you rotate it and it locks into place. If you look at this, you will see there are two dimensions. The two on the right side and left side, they are smaller, and the one in the middle is a bit bigger. And also, if you look at this one, you will see that the one in the middle is higher up. So the main differences between these ones and the original ones are that here you have the temperature on this side, here you have the temperature on this side, then the speed control is in here, it's the same here, speed control in the middle, and the orientation is on the right side, here it's on the left side. Also, one big and important thing to note is that for auto you just press one button on the original one and it does whatever it has to do. For off you press off here, and also if you push this button for some time the lights come on brighter, but I never use that. Then for AC, if you want to turn just the AC on but without auto function on, you press the AC. For recirculation you have this button. This is front defrost, so it pushes all the air on the windscreen and does whatever it has to do to defrost. Then here on the button is rear defrost. On this one you have to rotate each dial for auto. So for positioning you rotate here on the first setting, actually it's the last setting. First setting is auto, and then if you rotate more you go through all the positions. If you push you have rear defrost. On here you have off all the way left. Then first position is automatic, so automatic speed. If you push it's recirculation, and of course if you go further you adjust the steps like that. Here you've got cold and warm, and if you push it's AC on. So whenever you leave this on auto here and auto here and you push the AC, it will go into automatic mode. Of course you can also take this off automatic and position your vents wherever you want, and then just leave the speed control, the fan speed control on auto, or you can leave this on manual control and make this on auto. So I guess you can control stuff separately. In here it's just one automatic button and everything manual on the other side. So when you go into automatic it controls everything automatically, but then when you take it off and move one dial it goes into manual mode. Here you can control on steps, so you can have auto here and manual here, or full auto, or any combination. One more thing is that here they're just rotating dials all the way, so they are all rotating. Here this one is rotating, these ones are just push, so you push it goes to 2, you push again 3, 4, and then you push, so it's just a button that comes back. I'm not sure if there's an advantage to this or to this, but I wanted to have the nicer look of the facelift one. As you can see, also the cover, it's clear. It doesn't have these big round shapes like the non-facelift one has, so it's just a nice clean surface. Also, if you look at the dials, you will see that they are bigger than the original ones, which I guess if you have smaller fingers is an advantage, but also should clean up the whole dashboard. In order to take this off, you have to rotate the whole unit, and with the Phillips screwdriver you just have to take these 4 screws off. And the whole unit just comes out like that. So we're left with this empty spot. If you take the 2 units, the facelift one and the non-facelift one, you will see that they should be approximately the same. Of course, now this one looks bigger, and it is bigger, it's got a bigger body, but the plugs are the same. I already tested this, and this one has this nipple in here, also here, so that the whole assembly, oh, actually mine was broken. Okay, so that's an advantage. I have to again, so that this cover goes into its place. So it's gonna come in like this, and I would say this is a much cleaner look than before. Of course, the whole assembly has to go in, and I guess it centers only with the front cover, but I will try to put the screws in so that it's a bit centered. Not gonna mount it on the final position, but I just want to see how everything looks like. Okay, so these are the buttons. I don't want to paint these because this was one issue that I had with this unit. I had to mask off each letter and number and whatever writing. Actually, I didn't paint these. Also, I didn't paint the dials, but all the writing had to be masked off in order to not paint it. And if you look closely, you can see that in some areas it's not perfect. Right now, this is all on the dials, and the cover is just a nice looking, clean cover, no writing on it. Well, actually, if I put it in, I will have to snap it in. I don't want to do that yet. I just want to see if the colors are okay, because I'm not sure if I want to leave it like this or if I want to paint these dials. I don't think it looks bad, but we might still paint these dials. Okay, so first, in order to put everything back together, we're gonna have to take these knobs and insert the little plastic tabs. These just pop into place one by one. So these are the same for all 3 knobs. And now I have to make sure that the knobs are completely turned to one side. So now they are all turned all the way to the left. And if you look at this, maybe you can see from there, this one is higher and these ones are lower. So this one goes in the middle, and these ones go on the sides. So I thought you can pop this in without having the cover off, but it seems like the back cover that's on the inside has also the function of blocking the knobs. So if I see correctly, I don't think I can put these in because, yeah, the plastic doesn't have where to stretch. So I'll have to take this back cover off. hopefully this will fit right in, but it's pretty tight, so I'm not sure how they made it like that. I think I'm just gonna leave this off. Just put this cover on. And then in order to mount this, just have to position everything. So it's got some guiding tabs on the top here, and it goes exactly to the position. Then you turn it around, take your screws. So again, you're tightening into plastic, and also there's plastic that you're tightening on, so you don't have to force it, just so it's tight enough. And then you have to first plug in the AC. And then don't forget to plug in your hazards button. And after you plugged in those, go forward and plug the whole thing back in. And then don't forget to screw in the remaining screws. And after you tighten the screws, you just have to pop in this shifter surround. And as you can see, I decided to go with black knobs because I have this dark gray metallic all over the car, with black, I will guess, knobs. Here dark gray with black, here dark gray with black buttons. And also on the handles are dark gray, the buttons are black. Also the shifter is black and the surround is dark gray, so I wanted to keep that like that. And for the functioning, I'm not gonna turn on the engine, but I'm gonna show you like this. So if you put this on auto, this is fan control, it's going to go on auto for 25 degrees, I guess, on upwards and downwards. It usually goes to max, and then when the temperature reaches 25 degrees it goes back. So I'm just gonna put it on first level, and you can see it turned off, went to first level, second level, you can see it increasing. Then if I put this on auto, it's gonna choose where to push the air through, but you can see the motors working behind when I change the modes or the direction or positioning of air. Also, if I push this button, it's gonna be on recirculation. You can hear the motors. Then AC and rear defrost. So this is how the unit works. You can see it works if you put everything on auto. So here on auto and here on auto, it's gonna always choose the best option for what temperature you choose. So I'm just gonna turn it off like this, and that's it for now. So that's all what I had to show you for the AC unit from a Facelift Forester SG. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. If you did the same thing and it worked for you, or maybe it didn't work, also let me know. You can contact me or comment, and I would be happy to try to help you, because I don't know everything, but I always like to help if it's possible. That's why I'm doing these videos. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share.